Been up in the streets for some time, this is it. Tell me what you want, I'll take a camera flick. They just wanna know my name and dox me and shit. And I've been told these kids just don't go copy me, bitch. Cause I've been in the lane and I've been switching up the game now. And they just wanna know how he spitting all this flame. Wow, he been going, he been known to blow up. Had his kid get so many numbers show up. I pull up with my team, I pull up with the stream. Hit the button and upload. They wanna let me know that they hating on this, cause I'm going on it right now. And I be in the city, yeah, I'm running this town. All across the map, I play it back to back like whoa. And they just wanna hate on this, it's time to let them know that it's kicking in, it's prime time, baby. Yeah, we kicking in, it's prime time, baby. Yeah, it's prime time. We kicking in, it's prime time, baby. Yeah, we kicking in, it's prime time, baby. Yeah, it's prime time. Kicking in, it's prime time, baby. Yeah, we kicking in, it's prime time, baby. Yeah, it's prime time. We kicking in, it's prime time, baby. Yeah, we kicking in, it's prime time, baby. Yeah.
Chat, are you guys ready? Let's get into it just a minute here. What is up, everybody? What is up? I hope everybody's having a good day. It is October 5th, and tonight I'm going to cover a little bit of the news. We're going to chat. We're going to hang out. I got a little something I want to test out on the stream, so that's mainly why I want to go live. But there is so much going on in the world of politics and the world of economics and the potential outcome of a world war that is brewing across the world right now between a multitude of countries, and the dynamics that are between all of them are so real. So tonight we're going to talk a little bit about it and just kind of catch up on some modern day events that are going on around the world today. If you guys are not paying attention, America is getting hammered, but the last few days on the stock market since October 1st, we had a couple days of a good run since Monday. We'll talk about the Dow Jones a little bit and the price of where we're at currently. We had a huge drop over the last few days, but it looks like it's starting to recover a little bit. Today, it's only down 42 points. It's had 3 consecutive days of, red. And I lied. We had 2 consecutive days of almost 1,500 total points in total, 750 points a day yesterday. The day prior to that was 700 something points. Absolutely ridiculous. There's no reason for that to be happening right now when the economy is struggling, when everybody is struggling out there. And all I got to say is it's a shame. It's a shame that it's happening like that. And right now, it looks like OPEC and the rest of the foreign nations that control the production of oil and petroleum out there, which is essentially oils out there. OPEC and OPEC Plus are ganging up on basically America and Joe Biden right now in our economy and saying, fuck you, screw you, America, is what they're saying to our nation right now. It's hard to watch, but it is the current state of our nation. It is the current state of Joe Biden. So it is something that we have to anticipate that other nations are going to jump and dogpile on us while we're hurting. And I think that it was a perfect timing as of the last few days that OPEC Plus revealed that they were going to strategically reduce the amount of oil production. And some people are asking me, hey, PTP, why are you bringing up the production of oil? What does this really have to do with what's going on? Well, it has a lot to do with what's going on. If you study how oil is produced, what nations are involved in the production, the main sources of production of oil in the world, you'll start to understand that there is a organization that controls the export of the petroleum products, the oil, the crude product that goes out across the world. And the nations that are in this together, it's just similar like NATO, there's a bunch of nations that are coming together to try to create proper regulation. Usually it's used to regulate and make sure everybody can get a fair, sustainable living off of oil. It's a way for sustaining the production of oil. It controls, it's like a valve, figuratively and literally. It controls the rate of production, the amount of exports that's going around the world. And why does that impact us as a nation? Well, because Joe Biden has said that we are going to cut back on the production of oil in America, stopped a lot of the leases on the land for production of oil, stopped a lot of the construction of the pipelines, which a lot of people will argue don't have an impact on oil prices, but they do. And while our country is supposedly trying to come through this economic recovery and Joe Biden is helping out, apparently lowering the prices of gas, well, that did not last very long, did it, ladies and gentlemen? It's now turned completely around. It's completely turned 180. And OPEC themselves have now basically, taken over control. I mean, they always had a level of control of the, but now they've taken over full control and said, fuck you, America. You're in a weak position, and now is our opportunity to hurt you even more. America's production is absolutely cut and reduced. And now we're dealing with OPEC also cutting the reduction of gas, of oil, which is therefore gasoline and other products as well. Supply is going down right now because they're cutting it by about 2 million barrels a day in production, OPEC. And America right now is consuming roughly around, I think it's 1.4 or a little, almost about 2 million barrels itself. So it makes perfect sense what's going on with OPEC and with the monetary oil and the amount of dollars that are going and flowing through the system, how they're trying to control America's economy right now. Reducing the global supply of oil production by about 2%, which is roughly 2 million barrels a day, which is essentially cutting off the supply of America. Basically telling you you're on your own right now. You're hurting, or you're going to hurt even more because the demand for cheaper oil and cheaper gas is at an all-time high right now. The demand for gas is at an all-time high. People need gas, no doubt about it. And they're trying to take it away from people. They're trying to take it away from people, and I think honestly, Biden doesn't really care. You know, to be honest with you, Biden doesn't really care. It shows by the signs of the stock market and how weak the economy is doing. But I think one of the main reasons why he also is okay with the corrupt collapse of oil and coal and all these productions of energy in our country is because under Joe Biden's eyes, when you're desperate, you will innovate, you will create new products, you will change, you will evolve to solar and other forms of energy. Joe Biden is definitely trying to get the economy changed in a direction, but honestly, look at how it is doing. You guys got to take notes. It's not going to just happen overnight. It's not something you can just cut off somebody's arm, literally cut them off at the elbow and expect them not to bleed out. They need to be treated. They can't just be bled out like that. You're going to bleed the economy dry at this point. And because we're unwilling to produce our own production of oil, and because we're in the strategic warfare when it comes to trade and China, and also we're in literal strategic warfare with our economy in Ukraine and spending, tons and tons and tons and tons of money over in Ukraine, helping defend and prop up a nation over there that's going through their own struggles, which we'll talk about Ukraine and Russia a little bit tonight. But it looks like Biden is most certainly pushing for the end of oil production, and he's okay with OPEC cutting us off. I think he's plenty okay with it. He wants us to starve. He wants us to feel the hurt. Like taking the bottle away from the baby. That's what Biden, that's the analogy that Biden would say in this instant. He would say, hey, we're just trying to take the bottle away from the baby and get it to eat on its own. We're going to try to get it into solar. We're going to try to get it into other things. But honestly, we know what the outcome is right now. What does the production of batteries come from? Minerals, lithium mines. You don't make lithium-ion batteries without lithium, my friends. So we have to think about this in reality, and how is a lot of this stuff being powered is through our energy grid. And how is our energy grid constructed? All of it is basically run off nuclear coal plants. I mean, there is supplemented energy through hydroelectric, which we have a lot of out here in Washington. There's some supplemented wind and energy out there, but it's limited. The scope of it is not, we're not seeing a transformation of our nation overnight into an electric economy. It's just not going to happen, Joe. So stop trying to force our nation to do something when we cannot do that. It's hurting our economy clearly, and I think he's okay with that with OPEC, and it shows. Also, like I said, if you're not familiar with OPEC and the organization of petroleum exporting nations, basically, or countries, I encourage you to go take a little bit more time out of your day to do some research about OPEC, to understand how the control of oil production is formed within the nations around the world. They call the so-called Seven Sisters, previously deemed Seven Sisters. And OPEC Plus, which is the included members that have like Russia in there, which are obviously with Saudi Arabia teaming up and OPEC Plus. That's why it was noted today. It's OPEC Plus that's creating these decisions. I have a whole plate of food sitting in front of me right now. I think I want to eat this, honestly. I might take a little bit of a second break here to scarf some of this down because I don't want it to go cold. I didn't think dinner was coming up that quick. Also in news, Elon Musk. Gosh dang it. We got these, Bloomberg is posting that Elon Musk is reviving his $44 billion bid for Twitter. Looks like that's going to go through, which is a little bit old news for you guys, but I figured I'd come on and let any of you guys who didn't know that Elon Musk is going to go through with his bid for Twitter, which is going to be a crazy thing to see, honestly. Excited to see it. We'll see what that means for free speech. Hopefully we'll be able to get my Twitter account back. That would be fantastic, right? Get my Twitter account back since I'm permanently banned. Also in other news with Elon Musk today, a crew of 5, is that what it said? Oh, no, crew 5, excuse me. Yeah, the 4 individuals, which had the one guy on the left that seemed pretty scared today. Crew 5 SpaceX with the first female commander, which is, noteworthy. The first female commander of a SpaceX launch to the capsule going up to the space station, which is pretty awesome. It never gets old watching SpaceX launch the astronauts up into space. Can't deny that your heart starts to race a little bit for the people that are sitting in those, strapped in those seats. Thinking to yourself, man, that could be me. And how crazy is it that they're going to be on a rocket ship under, almost 2 G's of force? It's sometimes maybe even a little more. Taking a 9-10 minute rocket ride up into the orbit. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. I love watching it every single time. Like I said, it never gets old. It only takes 9 minutes for the whole first stage to come back down to the base to land on the remote ship that's out in the water. What is it? What do they call that? Starbase or whatever the remote drone ship, the SpaceX drone ships. I think that is so cool. Landing out in the middle of the ocean. Maybe we can find a clip of it. Let's see if we could do that. Let's see. Crew 5 launch. Maybe we can watch a clip of it. Oops, I can't type tonight. Look at them all just sitting there waving. Look at this. Cut this over here. The guy on the left. This guy here on the left, is that? Yeah, this person on the left seems so scared. They were nervous as hell. So nervous. You could see him. He was just so nervous the whole time. Yeah, this guy right here on the left was so nervous. Look at that rocket ship, man. Look at that penile-shaped rocket ship. Holy cow. Amazing, amazing to watch. Let's see if we can find the clip of the launch here. Oh, look at them rotating in their seats here. How cool, man. Somebody asked me what's for dinner. Here you go. It's chicken, corn, and au gratin potatoes.
If you also notice now, you can see them starting to work on the screens as well. The screens are positioned specifically so that the way their seats are right now, they can reach them and check the status of the vehicle. All
right, let me mute this. Also, the music on the intro, we were listening to some Tyson James. You know me. All right, can we find the launch, please? Somebody show me the dang launch. The launch was pretty badass, man. Here we go.
1, ignition, engines full power, and liftoff. Go crew 5.
I'm eating because I don't care. I'm hungry, so.
Stage 1 Alpha.
Copy, 1 Alpha.
Vehicle is pitching downrange.
2, 1, ignition, engines full power.
Look at
and
that thing, man.
liftoff. Go crew 5.
True rocket ship, man. Elon Musk is a true gangster, man. I think about the resource, and not only Elon Musk, it's the team as well. You know, you got to give credit where credit's due. The entire team at SpaceX is incredible what they're able to accomplish in the world of rocketry. I mean, it's just literally so magnificent. And then the launch, yeah, like this image coming up with the rocket thrust going through there. Oh, so amazing. So amazing.
Stage 1 propulsion is nominal.
Vehicle is pitching downrange. Stage 1 propulsion is nominal.
We're now at T plus 35 seconds into the 5th rotational crew mission on board Dragon and Falcon 9.
Pop quiz. Tony says, how fast do you have to go to escape Earth atmosphere? The question is, I don't know. I was going to say around 2,000 kilometers per hour is what I kind of thought I saw today. Around 2,500. 2,500 kilometers per hour is when I was like kind of seeing them at. They reached max Q is what they called, like the max pressure differential. I'm a nerd. I like to know these things. So I think, or maximum pressure, yeah, differential, max Q. And then after that, they had to slow down the rocket to enter max Q because I think they didn't want to like hit it too hard. And then the pressure differential just ripped the rocket apart. So they had to like slow it down a little bit and then re-engage the first stage. Very cool. Very cool. Like nerdy stuff right there. Nerdy stuff. And then of course, can we watch the landing? What was it? Let's do this. Let's do SpaceX landing today, October 5th.
9, 8,
No, can we get the... Yeah, it nailed the landing.
5, 4, 3,
Yes, highlight. Sorry to redo it again, but here you go. Never gets old, like I said. She said soaring into space. Hell yeah, soaring.
and Miko.
Stage 2 Alpha.
And me. Stage
Separation of the first
Copy,
stage.
2 Alpha.
Engaging
There
in
we
the
should
second
see
stage.
that second engine begin to ignite now.
You can see like there's like a spray nozzle. Pretty sick.
Behind us here at Mission Control Hawthorne.
And we're also in 2 Alpha for the abort
And then it brings out its fairing wings on this
Again,
first
second
stage.
is lit and continuing to carry the Crew 5 astronauts into orbit.
We're now getting a view of the first stage after that stage separation. The second
So
stage
cool.
is still being illuminated by that single Merlin vacuum engine, and that's on the right-hand side of your screen. First stage on the left-hand side of your screen making its way back to Earth. We will be attempting to land it on our drone ship, which today we are using Just Read the...
We will coast for a few minutes.
Here we go. This is the cool part.
There we can see
So sick.
the drone ship coming into view as Falcon 9 attempts.
Stage 1 landing leg deploy.
We can see those landing legs have now deployed.
I mean, come
As
on.
you can see on your screen, and you can hear by the clapping and cheering behind me, Falcon 9 has landed on our...
I mean, come on. It does not. That is so cool to be able to land on the middle of the ocean on a ship. Come on, man. All right, another news. Ukraine news. We got Ukraine, Russia. I'll go over this quick because I want to test something out with you guys tonight. I've been building something I think is going to be fun for the stream, and I want to kind of test it out and see if this is going to work. I've been building a little game for the show. I've been working on a street epistemology game, and we'll talk about it here in a second. But got a couple of pieces of news to cover. Again, Putin is recently, he's just seized Europe's largest nuclear plant, I guess, apparently, and signs a law annexing Ukraine land, of course, which we knew about yesterday. It looks like 4 territories within Ukraine. It looks like Russia is trying to annex and basically say, mine now, motherfucker, is what they're saying. And I don't know. Nobody knows what to believe. Nobody knows what to believe. But you know what? We're just going to have to pan out and keep continuing to watch, because everything is propaganda at this point. Nobody knows what is really truly going on over there, if you ask me. We're all just going to have to wait and see. I can just say I'm tired of sending a lot of money away to other countries. I can say that. Also, we talked about this earlier. Oil prices are going to continue to rise. So I don't know if we ever really covered it, but your gas prices are going to go up most certainly. If you're not aware of it, start preparing, man. The economy is going down the shitter. The last 2 days were no sign of good faith. Russia and OPEC and everybody came out today and said, we're cutting down the production of oil, which is immediately going to hurt any sort of stroke of the heartbeat that you gave or any sort of defibrillation, jumpstart the heart of the economy. Well, OPEC just basically said, good luck. Good luck with your little oil cuts. Good luck with your Biden gas price cuts. Good luck with your caps, your price caps you set on the gas stations and everything like that, because the prices are going to go up. Supplies still exist and demand is going down, baby. And if you know about laissez-faire and you know about the basic macro and microeconomics, you will understand that things are going to get very difficult for our country in terms of oil and production. So unless we start to get things in order and figure it out, I think we're in for a really dark winter. Obviously, Russia is pissed about Nord Stream 2, and Germany is pissed. Everybody is pissed. You got Iran. You got North Korea sending missiles over Japan. You got Russia bringing in supposed nukes or nuke squads and teams, bringing them into the territory, starting to get things lined up and prepared. There's all sorts of details going on. I mean, there's just so much to try to keep up with it when it comes to Ukraine. And now Crimea is obviously being always in the picture, but now it seems like this isolated territory of Crimea, this peninsula territory, is now going to become this very, I don't know. I think all I can say is keep your eye on Crimea. The annexation of Crimea, along with the people in Kherson and Mariupol and Donetsk and Luhansk and all these areas. Pay attention to this kind of stuff. It's going to get interesting. That's all I could say. Nobody knows the true outcome of the situation, or what the true escalation and what side's escalating where, and who's the bad actor in what case, and what. They're all playing dirty. That's all I can say. Everybody's playing dirty. Nobody plays fair in times of war. Right? That's one thing you got to realize. Nobody's going to play fair in times of war. So don't expect to understand what's going on. Don't expect to understand what moves are being made and feel like from this area of miles and miles away, you're going to really truly understand what's going on the ground there. So all I could say as an American is try to keep your lips quiet, pay attention to the news. Try to make sure people are informed of what you're hearing, and make the best of it. That's all I could say. Times are crazy. We're on the brink of potentially World War III. Not to get fear mongering out there, but it is kind of an interesting time. That's all I could say. Interesting time in our history. All right. Do we do this, chat? Do you guys want to run a quick little stream epistemology test real quick? I want to try to do a test with y'all. Okay? I got something here. I've been programming. Okay. Can this work? I've been programming something, y'all. And actually, maybe we can do this test. This is how we're going to run the test. All right. I got an idea. And I'm going to eat my food while we run this test, because it's delicious and I don't want it to go cold. Although it's kind of cold already. We are going to watch a street epistemology video, okay? And how it's going to work is we're going to join the street epistemology session. Okay. And how does this work? This is a chat-based participation. All right. And the way it's going to work, chat, let me take this down so you guys can see. One second, y'all. All right, so we got a game over here in the corner. It's going to be called Street Epistemology. And each one of you in the chat can participate in this process. And what we're going to do is, let me type in a question here. Let's do a little test. Is the Earth flat? No, wait. The Earth is round. Okay, I'm going to make a statement. I'm not going to make a question. I'm going to make a statement. All right. You guys see above my head? The question is now above my head. And I have put some commands in the chat now that I've issued this. All right. There's a way. How you participate in this is in the chat. So if you want to learn the commands on how to participate, you can participate in the events by using the commands that you agree, disagree, you slightly disagree, you strongly disagree, whatever the statement is. The statement above me is the Earth is round. So I'm going to show you guys how to do it here. I'm going to put a message in chat, and I'm going to put mine. I'm just going to say, I strongly agree. It should work. Dang it, it didn't work. Hold on. Of course. I just ran it before we went on live. Well, let me make sure. Let me do something real quick. No, I see you guys doing it. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Let me fix this. Because now for some reason it stopped. And I was just testing it before the live stream started. Oh, I have it paused. That's why. I had the round paused. So we're going to start this again. That's why I had the round paused. The Earth, I said, not world. The Earth is round. All right. You guys should be able to do it now. Let me see. Does that work? Okay. Should be working now. Type your things in there. Somebody said neutral. You have to put an exclamation point in front of it, okay? You have to put an exclamation point in front of the command, all right? So now as we go through this process, each one of you guys in the chat can put your sentiment is what we'll call it. Whether or not you agree or disagree. Why is it doing this? No sentiment, neutral. Somebody put oval. Come on. We're doing tests here. That's why we're doing it. Tonight, we're doing tests. Somebody said strongly disagree. Freedom Flyer. That worked. That worked. All right. So you guys can see as you guys answer the question, each of you guys are going into a category right here. So we can start to identify. It's basically like a poll, right? Now, in the future, what we're going to do is I have a Discord where each person in the chat, we're going to have voice channels for each one of you. And you guys can join these voice channels. And I will be able to have a live conversation with each one of you if you agree or disagree or whatnot. My idea here is that we start to get some sentiment and some opinions of the people in the chat and start getting them to participate in some of the streams a little bit. Is it spelled wrong? I spelled it wrong. That's why. Did I spell it wrong? Neutral. I did spell it wrong. That's why. Well, I'll fix that. Thank you. That's why we're testing it. Boom. Neutral. Yeah, I had a typo there. That's why for neutral voters, I have it spelt wrong. Thank you very much. All right, I just updated it, so you should be able to vote neutral. I just need to update the stats that it shows neutral. Correct. NEU, not NUE. For some reason, dyslexic brain. And I don't spell neutral very. All right, there we go. There's that NEU. NEU neutral. All right, the cool thing about this is, why did not update? It'll update the next time somebody puts a sentiment in. The cool thing about this is we'll be able to do some live street epistemology. It's not really straight epistemology. It's something I'm going to be calling stream epistemology. It's a new category we're going to start creating here on the live stream. So if you guys want to participate in the future, we're going to do some cool stuff. And also, we're going to do it live with the street epistemology videos. I know there's a lot of them out there. So it's cool to get, you know, live interaction with some of these videos out there to figure out where you guys in the chat agree and disagree. Okay. I'm interested to see where we can go with this idea and evolve it. It is truly a game. I actually did some programming here to make this all work. And not only are we logging this data here live, but we're categorizing the data. So it's not just being put on the live stream. We're actually going to organize and collect some of the data. And we're going to kind of put together some data collection, yes. But we're going to be doing this for the stream out there. And we're going to use it as a participation and try to kind of come up with some opinions within the chat. Identify some people's opinions and try to kind of share that with the community. And kind of maybe you can find out who in the chat you agree with the most and some of those people you disagree with. I think it's going to be important to make sure that, you know, we're having equal amounts of some thought process going on and figure out where people think about certain topics. And also maybe you can work through some of your own. But I think it'll be interesting. It's a thought experiment. And I'd like to work through it on the chat with you guys sometime. So today, maybe we'll try this, okay? We'll try this. I'm going to watch a little video. And like I said, I'm going to eat some food. This is a new street epistemology guy I found. I've never watched any of his videos. I was just searching it up today because I want to watch Peter Bogoshon. But we're going to try out this new guy and we're going to try and do a test on his video. Let's see. We're going to do, he's got a couple videos. Let me open this up so you guys can see. Boom. There we go. This is the YouTube. His YouTube channel is called The Official Channel of Street Epistemology. We're going to take street epistemology and we're going to apply it to the stream and make it interactive. And then, like I said, in the future, we're going to incorporate Discord, and I have all the channels set up in Discord already so that we can go into the agree, the slightly agree, and if you're in there, you can start having conversations with people, and I'll pull you in on the stream, and we'll maybe get some more opinions from the viewers in the chat. So that sounds like something you want to do. All right, here we go. Let's find a video. Let's find one of these. Geez. I have so many videos. All right, here we go. Actually, here we go. This one's gonna be called. Here we go. I'm gonna put the question. I'm gonna put the question in the chat. And actually, can we watch the first? I think maybe there's the second version. All right, I'm gonna put the question up. I'm going to stop this right now to stop this round. We're going to start a new round. Okay. And the statement is above my head. Let me make it a little bit bigger. The question, or the statement really is what it is. The statement is here. Okay. This is what we're going to watch the video on. I'm going to take myself out of the equation so you don't need to see my face anymore. Okay. Put it here. And if you guys want to participate, you guys are more than welcome to participate in the chat. Let's hang out for a second. I'm gonna eat my food. And let's check this guy out for a second.
Yeah. Like exposure.
I'll comment if I have any comment.
Yeah, also I think visual attraction.
Yeah.
Noticeability.
I think the black rugs would stand off against this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'll fix that. It's in a couple places I fixed it, man. I can't spell. I can, but I can't spell that word apparently.
So yeah, let me order another GoPro.
Hello there. We're having a game. You can pick any of our agendas, or you can bring your own. And we ask
There,
you where
fix
you
it.
stand and your reasons and reasons that you might think other people have, and kind of like that.
Yeah. Want to give it a shot?
All right, chat. Now's
You
your
can do it.
time. We can participate. Follow the stream, and if your mind
Right
changes,
there.
you can change your mind too. You don't have to.
You want me to do this roll?
Yeah.
Yes, hi there.
You don't have to stay with one opinion. You can change your opinion.
Do you find any of those interesting to play?
One left, that's interesting.
Okay, the world would be a better place
Yeah.
if we're Russia. Okay. Would you like to stand in?
I'm okay.
No. Okay. So, do you know where you stand? Okay, go ahead.
Probably strongly agree.
How come that
Strongly
didn't work?
agree.
Let's
The
see.
world would be a better place if Russia were to
Oh, there we
lose the current war. Defining terms.
Took a second.
The current war, the one that Russia is in Ukraine with. What would a better
Queen
place
died.
look like? What would the world look like after Russia lost?
They would probably lose influence probably in Eastern Europe, and also other countries in Eastern Europe will probably be more scared of Russia, so they might want to join NATO and stuff, and that would kind of make war less likely, since Russia would be less likely to interfere with Eastern Europe, since if they're in NATO, and the war is currently making other countries in Eastern Europe like Finland and Sweden, I think, join NATO. So yeah, and
Are you speaking from like concern of like a member of the whole world or a member of the West? What's your perspective on this? Is this as an American?
yeah, as an American,
Okay. Cool. So I'm hearing that war would
Why
be
did the
less
strongly
likely
disagree
for
now?
America if Russia lost the war in Ukraine.
yeah, because I'm pretty sure they would not have invaded Ukraine if Ukraine was in NATO, since that would involve the U.S.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's also
A much bigger thing to bite off.
yeah. So I heard that Russia was kind of wary of, I guess, Ukraine becoming closer with the U.S.
Yes.
That's why. That's a big reason, I think, why they invaded. So trying to invade before they get closer to with the U.S.
Okay.
And when Ukraine is closer to the U.S., it looks like they have a better quality of life.
Okay.
Like the rest of Eastern Europe when they left the Soviet Union.
Okay. So their
What?
prosperity and improvement of the individual lives is demonstrated as they get closer to the West.
Yeah.
And so that's a demonstration that it's good for them. Okay, good. So imagine that there was somebody standing over here on slightly agree, and they agreed with you a little bit, but not nearly to where you are. What kind of reasons might they have that would make them agree with you less?
All right, I'm back.
What kind of reasons that
I
they might
scarfed
have
that
might
food
agree-
down, y'all.
Yeah, what kind of things what reasons might they have to think that the world would not be a better place, or maybe our likelihood of getting into a war would not be less?
Oh, I like this. I like this, y'all. They took it to another level here. They're saying Russia winning the war reduces the likelihood of war between U.S. and Russia. So they're putting his thoughts. Excuse me. They have somebody writing down the thought process down for the person. That is pretty cool, actually. I like this one-on-one thought processing.
Likelihood of getting into a war would not be less?
They would probably point to the U.S.'s negative involvement in other countries,
Okay.
and they might think that the U.S. might have bad reasons to be with Ukraine. So they might point to, I guess, like in the Middle East, how the U.S. they might say that the U.S. ruined the Middle East by interfering with it.
Okay. Are you talking about our recent Iraq and Afghanistan?
Yeah.
Okay, like over the last 2
I
decades?
strongly disagree
Okay.
and go through. What's up? Hold on, let me
So
figure
I
this
guess
out.
to that, I would say that if you had to pick between one, there's kind of no reason to go with Russia.
Let me look at
since
that.
They, as a general rule, I'm
That's
not
why we're
too
testing.
familiar with Middle East, but I heard that, like in Afghanistan, Russia kind of like invaded Afghanistan a while ago, and and I left it a worse place. So
yes,
yeah. So I think that the reason to choose Russia over the U.S. isn't very good, since
those strongly disagrees
in
came through. It
general,
took a second.
Russia's quality of life is way less than the U.S.'s, and Russia usually spreads totalitarianism, especially, and limiting freedom of speech. So we see that like in limiting protests in Russia.
He's starting to work through it. I like it. I like it. I like that he's thinking.
Do you have any reasons we've written that we should look at?
I heard Russia, was it winning or losing the war reduces the likelihood of war between Russia and
Mooks is neutral.
and the U.S.
Russia losing the war, if I'm understanding you correct, reduces the chance of the U.S. going into war.
Losing the war. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay.
What else? Yeah.
Let me see if I can summarize the rest. What was in Russia? I'm remembering the first part, and then the second part.
Just a question: is there an association between that shirt and CGP Grey?
Yeah, I'm just a fan.
Okay.
Yep. We both like CGP Grey. It's fun.
I have no idea who
I think the
CGP
rest
Grey
of it
is.
was very similar to that. I'm not seeing a separate reason in what you said. Did I miss something?
I guess another reason would be that if Russia loses the war, that would mean that Ukraine remains sovereign, and that would mean that they have the ability to get closer to the U.S. and adopt like our values. And if Russia wins, then that won't really be a possibility.
Okay, so
didn't he say he was? Well, I guess he was arguing that he's worried about the Middle East. Was he worried about the Middle East and the influence America was trying to have?
It will be better for the Ukraine because.
Where is this? This is at. Let me see if it's in the description. Does it show? That's a good question, actually. It doesn't say. Maybe I'll comment or something. Where's this at? Let's see. I won't say shot. I'll say, where was this filmed?
Because of standard of living and lifestyle improvements from being associated with the West. Okay, now how about reasons? Here, you can hold that. Way over here. Can you imagine somebody being on this line and what they might say?
That's on the strongly disagree side.
They might say that Ukraine is historically part of Russia and it belongs to Russia since.
Okay. So really, it's them recapturing a state that got away?
Yeah.
Okay.
But to that, I would say that
yeah,
a
it's
while ago,
UCLA.
I think in the 90s, Russia promised not to. I think they even signed like a formal agreement.
I'm gonna delete my
not
comment.
to.
Now that I see that and it's clearly observable, I'm going to delete my comment because then I feel like an idiot if I didn't. All right, there we go.
Invade Ukraine and even acknowledge their sovereignty. So Russia invading actually breaks that agreement.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so they at one point stated that they wouldn't, and so that's binding.
Yeah, and they also acknowledge their sovereignty. So that kind of them acknowledging that it's not no longer part of Russia.
Okay. I had somebody here not long ago, standing right there, saying that Ukraine had lost their sovereignty due to bad actions, that they had done many things that would disqualify them from retaining their sovereignty. What do you think of that answer?
What I remember was that if Ukraine gave up their nuclear weapons, Russia would not invade, but
okay.
I'm
Is
not
this
sure
Crowder's uncle? It could be.
I'm not sure what other terms they agreed to.
Okay. Yeah, in this case, the example was not that Ukraine had given up their sovereignty in a negotiation with Russia, but instead that they had given up their sovereignty because of illegitimacy, using Nazi people in the Azov, not allowing the Donetsk region
the
to
Luhansk and the
pull away.
Donetsk
Those
region.
things disqualified
The argument there, I think he's trying to get to, is that obviously there's territories and region, and I think this is, if you go back to the beginning of the Russian conflict, a lot of it stemmed from territories within Ukraine where there was mobilized factions that were formed, like the Azov Battalion and some of these other organizing militias and quote unquote gangs, whatever you want to call them. There was forming factions down in those regions, and apparently some of those bad actors were getting involved in conflicts with Russia. That was the so-called some of the conflict, and some of the Russians within the territory that were staying within those regions, that were basically being bullied by these uncontrollable bad actors, is what he's kind of getting at, I think. And that's what my take is on it, obviously, is that there was actually, you have to put, find the right passion, you have to put a space. But that was my take, was that there was obviously some people there that were, causing issues. But again, that's the narrative. Who knows what the truth is, but that's what the news and what everybody was telling people originally from Russia. And that's what the Reuters and all the other influential Russian media was putting out there.
I think I've heard about the Azov Battalion, but to that, I think that it's not an official part of the Ukraine government.
Okay. And that's one of the problems and the points he's making.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't represent the Ukraine as a whole.
Okay.
And if we were to look at the Nazi influences, I'm pretty sure Russia has Nazi people in power that currently support it. So if you
we have some
you were just
dissenting
looking based
opinion
on which one supports Nazis more, it looks like it's Russia that supports it more. So.
Okay, so the reason is worse in the other direction, so it's not a good reason. That's cool.
Wait, let me go back and get this. Hold on, this was important. And honestly, if anybody wants to change your mind, please, by all means, please change your mind. I'm gonna put the commands in chat again one more time for anybody that wants to participate. We're doing a stream epistemology. If you want to participate, I'm gonna put how to participate in the chat. You can participate in this round by the statement is above that you're agreeing or disagreeing to, and we're watching a video on that topic. I'm going to go back and we're going to hear this gentleman's statement here again a little bit more.
About
pull away, those things disqualified them from retaining sovereignty, was their position.
I think I've heard about the Azov Battalion, but to that, I think that it's not an official part of the Ukraine government,
Okay.
and I'm pretty sure that doesn't represent the Ukraine as a whole.
Okay.
And if we were to look at the Nazi influences, I'm pretty sure Russia has Nazi people in power that currently support it. So if you were just looking at based on which one supports Nazis more, it looks like it's Russia that supports it more. So.
He said there's
power.
He said that.
Look at the Nazi influences. I'm pretty sure Russia has Nazi people.
He's talking from World War II, basically. Sounds like he's saying that the influence of the Nazi Germany is still within the USSR, or the former USSR people that have carried over into their current administration. I guess is what he's saying. Systemically,
people in power that currently support it. So if you were just looking at based on which one supports Nazis more, it looks like it's Russia that supports it more. So.
Okay, so the reason is worse in the other direction, so it's not a good reason. That's cool. Hypothetically, what could you learn tomorrow? Something you don't think is true today, but suddenly you read some news and it passes your smell test as real, and it would move you this way. What would be in that news report?
If the Ukrainian people drop their arms and let Russia invade them, because they changed their mind about being part of them, they now are in union.
So if they drop their defense, you'd say, okay, you're done. It'd be better off for Russia to just win and finish.
Yeah, if they, because right now, since they're finding that by definition, they don't want to be invaded.
Okay.
But if they drop their arms, they're kind of like being like implicitly like being part of Russia now.
Uh-huh. So, what's the worst case?
I think basically what he's kind of getting at too is that, there's a lot, like in specific places like Crimea, there's a lot of Russian population compared to, say, Ukrainian or other populace within the area. That the areas like Crimea and obviously lots of territories within Ukraine, they have a heritage that comes from Russia. I mean, Russia was prior to Ukraine existence, right? So at one point, that territory was controlled by Russian forces or Russian occupied, and the fact that there is so much of the populace, like in areas like Crimea, that exist that are Russian. I guess he's saying, if they were to come to some sense that they wanted to be a part of Russia again and drop their defenses and say that they submit to Russia, that he'd be okay with it. I mean, it's kind of a little bit of an argument, but not too much. Also, I notice you guys are participating. Thank you guys for participating in the chat again. If you want to change your mind at any time, you're welcome to do so.
To lose.
Worst case for us?
Sure, for us, for the world. From whichever perspective you'd like to speak.
Worst case that Russia loses?
Yeah, if Russia loses or is losing.
Probably, I heard there's lots of, since Russia and Ukraine both produce lots of like food and grain, that might cause like a global food shortage.
Oh, okay, so starvation, that's a good reason.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm not sure I'm not sure if that would be worse if they win or lose. But
okay, that might be neutral to the question of there.
I'm just not. Yeah, I just know that there's food shortages. So one of the.
That's a very great point. And is this actually? I want to take a moment at this point in time and to kind of interject on the stream here, and I want to ask if anybody out there thinks that point of a food shortage. I see there's a lot of people standing on the neutral sign or on the neutral line. Look. Why does it keep doing that? It's so annoying. Look, if you guys are on the neutral line, there's more of you on the neutral line than has actually formed any opinion. So I want you guys to consider that, is there anything within the conversation that's got you on a pro or a con side right now? There's a lot of pros and cons, but is there anything within the conversation at this point in time that would get any of you on the neutral side to start making a move to either agree or slightly disagree or any of these sides? Let's go back to it.
Choices. And
do you fear Russia's escalation?
Yeah, because it looks like Putin is trying to reestablish the Soviet Union, and it feels like this is his last-ditch attempt.
Okay.
And
so if he wins here, he gets to keep going and try to build up the prior empire, or something a lot like it.
And also,
if he loses here, then it's probably over with for him, right?
Yeah, because also Russia's population is declining, so it's now or never for him, I guess.
Cool.
Populations across the world are declining in lots of countries, and they are in like countries like America and China and other areas like that. Populations are something that Elon Musk talks a lot about.
I'm not sure.
Come on. Do these reasons seem like good reasons? The ones that we like, let's put some vote ups and downs.
I'm going to get out of the way here so you guys can see what they're saying here. It says the claim, again, is the world would be at a better place if Russia lost the war. The pro that they have pointed out is that Russia losing reduces the likelihood of war between the U.S. and Russia. Another pro is Russia losing would influence Ukraine to be more like the West.
I'm not certain.
Well, for this one, I'm not sure if the food shortages would be worse if Russia wins or loses. So I want to say the food shortages would be worse if they win, since that would since them winning would Ukraine being destroyed. So that would lead to even more food shortages. And that one.
Wait a second. That was a little bit of a misnomer. He said that he's worried about Russia winning because of food shortages in Ukraine, but Russia and the fertilizer and Russia losing also means food shortages. So it's a double-edged sword, I guess.
It would reduce the war since Eastern Europe being part of NATO would disincentivize Russia from invading them.
Mm-hmm.
So that
you can vote too. I mean, this is.
Okay, so.
I'm just throwing my opinions out there, giving you some feedback.
Oh, I see what's going on.
Cool, cool.
Sweet. I'm not sure where to go now. I think we can wrap it up there.
Thank you much.
Right. Thanks.
There's an obvious bribe for you to come back. You can have one of the three. You can have any color you like, as long as it's one of those three.
All right, that was interesting. That was a little bit of a different epistemology approach. It was interesting to see you guys in the chat. Now let's pause this for just a second, and let me bring up and propose some questions to you guys in the chat here. So it looks like we've got a total of 11 participants within the conversation here that joined in on this round of stream epistemology, which I think we will continue to evolve. This is just like a rough format. I just wanted to make sure that you guys in the chat could participate and that I could get it to show up here for you guys on screen, and that we could start the rounds and restart rounds and do this. We'll continue to evolve this kind of idea if you guys like it. Otherwise, I'll just ditch it. We'll move on to something else. But I think it would be something fun to kind of do every once in a while and just throw in the rotation of streams out there, is to come up with some cool ideas, and maybe we can evolve it into our own little thing here in our own community. But one of the reasons I wanted to do this is because I want you all to participate in this discussion, these kind of discussions. And I want each and every one of you to be able to feel comfortable sharing your opinions without being chastised, without feeling like people are going to, come after you or anything like that, but also so that you can understand the opinions of the fellows in the chat that you guys are seeing all the time. Maybe it'll help you guys understand and start some dialogues on the side. Like I said earlier, I plan to do some Discord calls that involve these conversations like this. So we'll have rooms where people can agree and disagree, and maybe we'll start doing some breakout rooms. I think it'll be fun exercises. If you want to participate, you can participate. If not, oh well, we're going to start trying to do some of them. I think the discussions on this channel tend to, we tend to really go into some good discussions. There's a lot of people here who are respectful within our community. We get a lot of people with differing opinions and viewpoints that are able to come in and share those and do it with good faith, which is very important. So I like the logic. I like the debating, but I also like the respect. I like the ability to respect each other's opinions as well. So we'll continue to do that, but let's go over it. Let's break it down a little bit and talk about some of the scores that we came up with on this round of stream epistemology, as I'm calling it here. So here's some of the final tallies for this round. 11 of us participated within the chat. The question or the statement proposed was, the world is a better place if Russia loses the war. A total of one of you strongly agree with that sentiment within the chat. And so, in the future, what I'd like to do is get that person that strongly agrees in the chat to be in Discord, so that maybe we could start talking to you a little bit and say, hey, why do you strongly agree? Just like they're doing on the stream. I'd like to prod and poke into that person's mind a little bit. I won't put them on blast because it is one person, but if you're seeing them in the chat, you can see me in the chat. But I love to see some dissent within the conversation here happening. That at least there's one person within the chat that agrees that, hey, if Russia loses the war, the world is going to be a better place. That's their opinion, and they're willing to share it. And thank you very much for participating. Let's see. There was a comment here. Let me put this on the screen because I did not do that. I forgot to put that on the chat. So let's put this comment up here. Nope. I wanted to put Kim's comment. He said, Who will take his place? Gosh, who knows? Who knows? A Westerner? That's an interesting question. That's an interesting question, Kim Don-un. Actually, that's a very interesting question. Oh, I didn't even transfer it over here. His comment was, who will take his place? R. Flet in the comments said, people already forgot what happened to Iraq after the U.S. removed Saddam Hussein. Exactly. Do people remember watching the night after night of the bombings in Iran and Iraq and them searching for Saddam Hussein all over the place in Baghdad? And man, it was crazy. It was crazy. Absolutely crazy stuff going on. And then they found him in a little hole and they freaking killed him. The people, they hung him. They hung him like for the people, didn't they? Yeah, they hung him on a live video for people to watch. Crazy. Crazy, 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 crazy. The times of war will drum up crazy world politics, and it will also drum up the most archaic and ruthless, vile human nature that we can ever witness. Yeah, so there's I want to get to that as well. And there's somebody in the chat, sorry not sorry, says, how are there 10 people neutral here? What the fuck? That's a good point, and actually it's something I was going to point out, is there's 10 of you out of everybody that participated. There was actually more on the count. I got to figure out what was up with the count. The count was off. There's some issues I got to fix. But also at the last second before I went live, I made some coding changes and changed some wording, and I might have mucked it up. I'll fix it. A lot of you guys voted neutral in here. If you want to change your vote, you guys could change your vote. But there's a lot of people who have no real opinion on the topic, which I think is kind of fair to say. But also, after all of those points heard and all of the topics of discussion, there's not even a slight favor in any direction. Like there's no opinion to be had at all. I think that's interesting to note. But also it is the current, it's the first round of stream epistemology, is the first kind of test here. And if we continue on here and people start feeling a little bit more comfortable with the topics and participating, then maybe they'll feel comfortable giving a different take. Let's move this over. Somebody was asking me what the question was. There we go. I put it down below so you can see it. Move it a little bit. I don't know why both of them are moving. Transfer. But the statement is not a question. The statement is, the world is a better place if Russia loses the war. That is the statement being asked tonight. And it's not what I believe. It's what the statement is that is being proposed in order to open up the dialogue. And like I said, 10 of you guys were neutral. 5 of you disagree that the world will be a better place if Russia loses the war. So a lot of the opinions on the disagree side tonight as well, and some on the neutral side. We got one person that agrees strongly. But it's cool to see that some opinions are forming within the chat. And like I said, in the future, what we'll do is we will start doing multiple rounds where we can invite you guys into the Discord. And then you guys can participate. And I have already the chats created. So when you go into my Discord, which actually speaking of which, I'll send invites out for the Discord. And I'll include that in the bot in the future so that it links it in the chat for everybody. But if you want to go in the Discord, I have updated the roles. I've been doing a little bit of modification to the Discord over there to make sure that the roles are available for newbies and all the people that are newly joining into the server, that you have access to the chat rooms, to the voice channels and all that stuff. So the permissions and all that are fixed over there. Should be able to see everything. I've tested it. YouTube's always kind of crazy. I mean, Discord's always kind of crazy with their setup. So it should be working over there. Please go join the Discord channel. We're going to try to do some stream epistemology stuff here in the future. And we're going to organize some topics of discussion. Tonight is just a literal test 1, 2, 3. So let me do another quick test real quick. We'll start another quick round through my little dash panel here. And we'll make the question that Joe Biden is Cognitively sound-minded. All right. Did I spell that right? I can't even tell. There's the question. I have put we'll do another quick little round here to test in the chat, because I think this will be an easy test. The commands to participate in the stream epistemology are in the chat. If you want to participate, we're going to do a quick 5-minute round. Oh, I never reset the round. Hold on. Wait. How come that never reset? See, it's because I did something on my end when I started. Let's fix it. Real Oh, I see what I gotta do. All right, I'm gonna fix it after this. How come it didn't do it? Boom, 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 boom. I love how you guys were doing that. I think I need to fix the neutral or whatnot. So there's a couple things I want to fix. Fixed it. I figured out what I need to fix. Appreciate you guys doing a little test with me tonight. Somebody said sorry, neutral. ... I appreciate you guys though, for real, testing that out. I really do. Also, stay tuned for another stream. We're gonna wrap up here in a minute. I'm just kind of gonna get to the rest of the night. I want to snack a little bit and then get ready for bed. I gotta take a shower for the night. But anyways, I want to remind you guys that I'm gonna be doing a stream here this weekend, probably on Saturday. And on Saturday, I'm gonna do some programming. If there's any of you guys that are nerds out there that want to learn a bit about AI, neural networks, learn about GANNs, which are generative additive neural networks, and learn about all sorts of computer vision stuff. I know it sounds pretty nerdy, but let me promise you that it's not too nerdy. And so on Saturday, what we're going to do for any of you guys that want to learn a bit about programming and Python and, like I said, robotics and some of this more nerdy stuff, we're going to do a live stream on how to recognize license plate with a camera, okay? So we're going to be doing what's called ALPR, auto license plate recognition, and show you guys a little bit behind the scenes on how computers can scan license plates using cameras and pick up on license plates out there. So I think that that'll be something maybe you guys might be interested in. Perhaps you guys can use it in your application, but we're going to do some auto license plate recognition, AI, and computer vision stuff this week. So stay tuned on Saturday for that for the nerds. We'll also be doing some more drama-filled streams with all sorts of Patriot drama, because I got lots to say about lots of drama still. It's ever flowing in the Patriot community. I want to say quickly, WYSIWYG needs to re-upload the content from the other night with the interview with Eddie. If anybody saw that content from the other night, it is absolutely stream gold. It's absolutely golden content, and WYSIWYG did not upload it. He uploaded the first portion of his stream, but then cut off the second portion and took it offline because he got heated. He couldn't handle the kitchen. Eddie, he may have been a little buzzed and a little drunk, but Eddie walked all over the logic of WYSIWYG. It was excellent. It was excellent. When am I going in voice channel? Hey, if you guys want to go in voice channel, I usually do this after the streams. Maybe I'll do it tonight. I'm going to go into the voice channel in Discord. So I'm going to link it again. We'll hang out. I always used to do this, and I'm going to continue to try to do this some more. I love to chat with you guys in the chat. So if you want to come in and say hi and, share your opinions, just chat, we can figure it out. I'm also going to play some chess. So if anybody wants to play chess afterwards, come into the Discord, come into the voice channel, say hi, get to know your fellow people in the chats. It's always been a community over there in my Discord. Sometimes we're active, sometimes we're not, but we got a couple hundred members in my Discord. It's not that small of a Discord. We got a pretty sizable Discord out there. So come on over, join the Cord, join the voice channels, links in the chat for everybody out there. It expires in a couple days, so make sure you guys get it in. We're going to end the stream with that one. I want to say again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for joining tonight. Thank you for testing the street epistemology. I have lots of notes and things to go fix. Of course, I tried tweaking it last second again. It is part of the process. You got to just keep working on it until it gets great and excellent. Work about 50%. There's some hiccups there that we got to fix, but that's to be expected. So, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for me. I'm PTP signing out. We're going to play one of my favorite songs right now, Creed Fisher. This Place Called USA. I love this song. It's been stuck in my head non-stop lately, you guys. I can't tell you guys enough. It's such a great song. But again, I want to say thank you and good night, y'all. Not this song. Not this song. Hold on. Wait. That's not the song I wanted to play. Dang it. That's not the song I wanted to play, man. Here we go. Creed Fisher. Go to Discord. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to mute myself, and I'm going to hang out with you guys afterwards. If you want to chat, come to Discord right now. Under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
These days you can't get a man to work. People get married and they still flirt. Don't pledge allegiance to our flag like we used to do. Good men are willing to give their lives, while politicians take away our rights, saying they know best what's good for you. These days dads are always gone. Mama's still here, but she's on her phone. Grandma's raising the kids, and the devil is too.